I'm the one who caused all these problems. I am the clerk who got fired, but this has been a long journey, and I've learned a lot. I've seen the fraud. There were threats made against me, but when they found out my husband was a federal firearms dealer and top trap shooter in the state that year, they backed off. Been threatened to be sued. We had to retain a lawyer. This has not been for financial gain, trust me, people. But I just could not sell these cigarettes. And the first boy, I say boy, he was of age, that came in, and I explained to him I wasn't selling them to him. And about 2 hours later, this woman came in and she said, "Are you the locksmith's wife?" And I said, "Yes, I am. I thought you wanted to drop some keys off." "Well, that was my foster child that you refused to sell cigarettes to this morning." And she went up one side of me and down the other. Finally, I said, "Do you get paid from the state to take care of this boy?" And she said, "Well, of course I do." I said, "Then buy his cigarettes out of that money." Oh, she was really mad then. So she left, and the next day came in. He's a boy, I don't think he's worked an honest day in his life. He and his girlfriend have 5 children that we're all taking care of. And I told him no. Well, they both reported me to the home office in Maine. And it was the company has 113 stores. And Maine doesn't care about the New Hampshire taxpayer, I do know that. They were concerned that they lost the sale of 4 packs of cigarettes, so they fired me. They had probably had every right to fire me, but I will stand by my convictions on this one. And I have been on 4 or 5 news programs. I've been on talk shows as far as Los Angeles. They called me, I didn't call them. And it even made a London, England newspaper about my getting fired. My kids set up a, what did you call it? Facebook page. I'm not into technology, trust me. One girl, I guess, put across it, Jackie Whiton as a fill in the blank yourself. And my daughter here got upset, but I would be pretty naive to think everyone was going to agree with me when I went into this. But New Hampshire isn't unique in this problem. It's all over the country. This here are letters I've heard from people all over the United States. That's a pack of letters. This is 1,300 signatures from people I have gotten who support me. And which I said I'd be willing to give to Peter Leishman, or I'm sorry, I didn't.
Good friend.
Yes, that good friend back there, yes. And because I find if they're as serious about this as I am, now I'm willing to give them up because I wasn't before. And I hope you people can understand the position I was in. And maybe I was wrong, but I don't feel I was. Because I know of elderly people who can't afford their medications, have trouble heating their homes, putting food on the table. But if you could see the young slugs that walk around with these cash cards, it just makes no sense to me. And some of these people feel entitled. They feel so entitled that they have to have these cards. And it just irritates me. My husband and I don't have much, but we've paid our dues. And this second boy that was going to sue me, we had to hire a lawyer. Or lose it, possibly he'd be sitting in our house and we'd be on welfare. And there's nothing more I can tell you except that I appreciate the support that I've had. And I hope that you people will please correct this, because I smoke myself, I will admit it. I pay for my own. If people want to smoke and drink, that's fine, but pay for it yourself. Why have the taxpayers paying for it? And the whole country's in debt. But these people will keep taking, go into a good grocery store on poor day, pajama day we call it, when they're selling their cards. Representative LeBron, I don't know if the gentleman's here. Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
I talked to you on the phone,
Yes,
and you were the one who wanted the photos on.
yes,
I think it's the smartest thing New Hampshire could do. Because A guy, you walk into a store and one guy puts his groceries up, they check him out. The second guy hands the clerk his card. The first guy hands the second guy the money. And the second guy with the card has made a little profit. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You've seen it all the time. There is so much fraud going on. I found a couple, because the parents don't get married, that way they get 2 cards. I found a family up north, I won't say what town, and I have not given out any names yet. His father, mother, 5 children. They have 7 EBT cards. And their 16-year-old daughter just had a baby, so now they're waiting for their 8th one. So it's something to look forward to, I guess. But I just don't know what to tell you, except that I never, in God's world, thought it would go this far. I didn't, but I'm glad. I think I've made the people aware of what's going on, the people that didn't know anything about it. And like I say, the first week that this happened, between my husband's email, I didn't bring all the emails and the texts and all this stuff, with his business line, his cell phone, his computer, and our home line, which was unlisted. For a solid week, wasn't it, Doug? At least. One night, I got a piece of cheese and a cracker for supper. This is how bad it got. People calling once this hit the media. And Howie Carr, I was on his show. And if you're at all familiar with him, he's a kick. But it's like I say, these people from Los Angeles call my son's house in Merrimack looking for me. And I've lived in the Monadnock region all my life. And I know all the people who come into the store, except this first young kid, I never had seen him. And the second one, I'd seen him. He comes in to get his monster drinks with your cards, so he can go home and take care of his 5 children, because he doesn't work. And I was just brought up in a family, not a college graduate. I was brought up to use common sense. And I can be the most generous person in the world. But don't try and screw me over by using an EBT card for cigarettes, because it's not in my vocabulary. But I will leave all you people with a thought for the day. This was sent to me. We're always hearing about how Social Security is going to run out of money. Why do we never hear about welfare running out of money? What's interesting is the first group worked for their money, the second group didn't and never will.